Hi, it's Josh Goldberg here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I wanted to talk about a very important and difficult question. And that question is, should I stay in this relationship with this person that has toxic behaviors, or should I leave? So many people that find themselves in relationships with people that have unresolved past trauma, and they do come out as toxic behaviors, which is their ego's defense mechanism, or if they have a ongoing emotional neglect for you, people a lot of the times find themselves very conflicted on the inside and confused as to whether to stay in this relationship or whether to leave. A lot of times people feel like they've invested a lot of time and energy into a relationship, but they don't want to throw that away. Sometimes there's children, sometimes there's financial investment or financial partnership with this person. There's a lot of things that keep a person in a relationship. But today I wanted to mention three very important key points that are deal breakers. If any of these 3 points are present, then you should certainly consider leaving this relationship very seriously, either temporarily or permanently. Okay, so the first key point is is the person with toxic behaviors wanting to and seeking to improve their behavior? Okay, so are they seeking therapy? Are they getting counseling? Do they show a like an actual effort and a wanting to improving their behavior or to becoming more emotionally available for you? Okay, so if the answer is no, and they're not making any effort, and they clearly are not displaying any attempt at improving their behavior or to resolving their past issues or to becoming emotionally available for you, then you certainly need to look to get out of this relationship, okay? Because it's not going to improve for you and it's going to be harmful for you on an ongoing basis. So this is number one. Are they actively doing self-work to resolve their past emotional trauma? And are they working on building skills and improving their behaviors? Okay, so that's number one. Number two is the person taking responsibility and ownership for their emotional neglect and or their toxic behaviors? So if they project or they blame from time to time, or if they do emotionally neglect you sometimes, but then afterwards they come to you and they say, look, just letting you know that I blamed you before and it wasn't something that you did wrong. It was a trauma response that I had, and I was triggered and I projected onto you, and I take ownership for this behavior, and I'm sorry if it was hurtful towards you. So if they're saying this type of thing, okay, this is a responsible person who is taking ownership of their trauma and their behaviors. This is totally okay, and you can continue to support them and to encourage them on their healing journey. But if the person is doing toxic behaviors, if they are emotionally neglectful, and then when you try and discuss it with them or to express your pain or your hurt, and they reframe conversations, or if they gaslight you, or if they act defensive, or if they try and project and put the blame back onto you, this is totally unacceptable. This is toxic behavior. This person is not taking responsibility and ownership for their own behavior, and this means that you have to exit this relationship either temporarily or permanently. Okay, so if they're projecting, reframing, gaslighting, putting the blame onto you when you try and bring stuff up to them that was something that was hurtful to you, they're not owning their own behavior, they're not taking responsibility for themselves. This is a totally dysfunctional person, and you have to exit the relationship with them, okay? Because they're not even taking ownership and responsibility for themselves, so obviously they're not looking to improve what they're doing. And for your own self-care, you should get out of this relationship with this person, okay? The third key point is manipulative statements, okay? Manipulation. So is the person saying things to you that are making you feel hopeful? Okay, are they making promises? So for example, they're saying things to you like, yes, I'm going to get therapy in a month when I get my paycheck. I'm going to get therapy when I find the right therapist. I tried therapy before and it didn't help me. I can't go to therapy because I don't have medical insurance. I haven't found the right therapist yet. And blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. This is excuses, and this is giving you false promises, okay? Trying to get you to hope that something is going to happen in the future. This is stringing along, okay? This is a person that is deflecting their behaviors and their trauma and their pain, and they're not looking to heal. If the person is doing this, then you certainly need to look to exit this relationship, either temporarily or permanently, because it shows that they're not taking responsibility and they're just trying to get you to just hope and to just stick around for another few months so that they can keep validating their trauma by abusing you. And then in a month, they'll come up with a new excuse. And this is stringing you along month after month, year after year. And you should certainly look to exit and get out of the relationship with this toxic person that is not taking responsibility for themselves. Okay, so let's quickly recap. So the 3 key points, okay, if you're in a relationship with someone that does have toxic behaviors, if they're not actively working on themselves and seeking to improve their behavior and to become more emotionally available for you, then you should certainly get out of this relationship. Number 2, if they're not taking ownership for their toxic behaviors or for their emotional neglect in the relationship, then you need to get out of this dead-end situation, okay? They need to take ownership and responsibility for what they're doing and for the results and the outcomes of what they're doing, okay? Saying sorry and continuing with their toxic behaviors is not good enough, okay? The only acceptable path to stay in the relationship is an active effort to improve, to change their behaviors, and to become more emotionally available. This is the only acceptable path. Saying sorry, making promises for the future, talking about the past, blaming you, all of these things are a sign that you need to get out of this relationship, okay? So hopefully this video has shed some light on your situation and made it easier for you to make the right decision that's good for you and your self-care. If you have any questions on this, please feel free to reach out. If you have experiences or anything you'd like to share, please put them in the comment section. We'd love to hear your experience. Please share these videos with friends, family, work colleagues, anyone that you think might have a difficult relationship on their hands. Having the right information can make it a lot more clearer to them and easier for people to make the right decisions for themselves, okay? So please share these videos, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos.